To discuss what impact this could all have, joining me from Ankara is Ali Taha Koç. He is the head of the Digital Transformation Office at the Presidency of Turkey. Ali, welcome to Straight Talk. It's good to have you on the program. Could you talk about this latest controversy over user privacy concerns and how it has created an opportunity for Turkish companies like BIP to fill that gap and acquire new users?
Sure, my pleasure. Thanks for having me. So I just want to start with saying that, our president always, Recep Tayyip Erdogan always states that, and even he stated in the UN General Assembly that the world is bigger than five. So nowadays what we are seeing is the same thing is happening in the digital world as well. In the digital world, we shouldn't leave the fate of some important issues that can concern our country, our nation, in the hands of global digital companies. So if you let me, I can rephrase this statement as digital world is bigger than five big international companies. WhatsApp is an app of one of these big international companies. So what happened is nowadays with the latest privacy policy update, users were imposed to accept the privacy policy. If not, they won't be able to continue using the app. That's not acceptable. We can look at this issue in the two aspects. First of all is discriminative policies. The second is protection of personal data. As per the discriminative policy aspects, everybody knows that WhatsApp has adapted distinct privacy policies for the European Union and distinct and different privacy policies for the people living outside of the European Union. That's the biggest difference. And the other thing is the protection of personal data. Again, WhatsApp is saying that European Union member states has their own data protection law in force, which they call it GDPR. But in Turkey also we have our data protection law. And it is a comprehensive law that can cover all the personal data which are located in Turkey.
And why is this double standard, Ali? I mean, does Turkey need a stronger data protection rule? Because we know that the European Commission fined Facebook in 2017 for privacy issues. So why is that double standard?
So that's another thing. So it's not just for the Turkey, but it's just European Union versus the other side of the world. They're just dividing into two, not just it is specific for Turkey. But what we are saying at the end, I would like to emphasize that there shouldn't be any difference in terms of the protection of personal data between the users in Pakistan, Turkey, Germany, Japan. My data is more valuable, or my data needs to be protected better than the others. This kind of perception, at the end of the day, this kind of perception is against human rights. What we say in short is digital data rights of all the people around the world must be the same, and all the data must be protected the same way.
So if we could get back to my question, what kind of opportunity this has created for Turkish companies like BIP to fill the gaps?
So that's a big opportunity. If you look at the numbers, inside the Turkey and as well as outside the Turkey, in Bangladesh, Pakistan, and India, we are seeing lots of new registration of the BIP users. So, but overall, what needs to be done in this respect is we always state that the data ownership and data awareness. So there are three different stages that we call. Most of the people and the common mindset is pretty naive. What they say is, I don't care if the apps are using their data or not. We need to move from this stage to second or the third stage we call. The second stage is questioning stage. So nowadays, because of all these issues, people around the world start to question what is going on. Why these apps are using my location data? Why these apps are reaching my contacts? So this is a nice improvement with respect to data privacy, but it's not enough. The ultimate goal is, which we call it the third stage, is ownership stage. So people need to believe it that the data that they produce belong to them. So it's like your car, your house, your dress. If you digitally produce the data, that data belongs to you.
Yes.
If someone wants to use it, so what they need to do is they need to get the permission or user consent. With this respect, what I can say is the BIP and the other apps that we build in Turkey are complying with this data protection law, and they ask for the user consent or the permission before they are using the data.
Yeah, so we talked about it. BIF has been downloaded more than 60 million worldwide and won 8 million users from places like Bahrain, Pakistan, Indonesia, Oman, Saudi Arabia. So has Turkey's soft power translated into the tech world as well?
Yes, definitely. So what's happening is, so all these companies are talking about that this is a freedom of speech, but the freedom of speech comes with if you have alternatives. So with this Turkish tech companies trying to bring the alternatives. So we are always recommending all the people around the world, if you want to use a social media app, please use more than one. If you want to use an instant messaging app, please use more than one. If you want to use a search engine, please use more than one. Because freedom of speech comes with alternatives. So with the BIP, Yani, Dedi, Yay, so with all these kind of technologies, Turkish technologies, we are trying to bring the Turkish engineering power, and that we are trying to bring the alternatives to the people for the sake of the freedom of speech. So if you look at the numbers, we can see that around the world, especially in the Bangladesh, in the India, in Pakistan. So and also we are going to use the other soft powers of our TV series in this respect, such a way that we're going to promote more Turkish technology.
So how can BIP, let's say, or other Turkish-made products reach beyond the traditional markets we've just mentioned? And where does the Balkans, for example, or Europe in general stand for Turkish tech companies?
So again, in order to access to market is so crucial for digital technologies. So that's the reason that currently the Turkish companies are starting to promote different ads and different campaigns to broadcast, because the awareness is also that most of the people are not aware that there is a new application called BIP. So because of that, these companies are trying to promote themselves, because everybody knows these big 5 companies' products. But if you are in a newcomer into the market, you need to definitely do a little more job work. And with this respect, most of the Turkish companies are dealing with the TV series actors or actresses, because they are so more popular in these regions. So hopefully in the future we're going to see some of these ads, which is played by the actor or actress of this famous TV series of Turkish traditional TV series.
All right, Ali, unfortunately, we're out of time. Thank you very much for joining us on Straight Talk.